It's Saturday, so let's talk about some recent Star Wars news. I would talk about Star Wars news even if it wasn't Saturday. I just wanted to remind myself of what day it actually is.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
First, I want to talk about what I am most fascinated by. So I talked about in a previous video how Rosario Dawson apparently is going to play live-action Ahsoka in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Well, according to reports, she actually has a multi-live show contract deal. I know that was a lot of words strung together. So that means that she might not just be a cameo character in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, but also in some other live-action Star Wars shows as well. This could mean a variety of things. Obviously, we know that certain actors have had multi-movie show deals and then nothing has come of it, such as Alden playing Solo. He was contracted to be in multiple movies and is probably only gonna get one movie. So maybe we only see Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka live action in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and she is poorly received, and that's all we get of her. But because she's locked in this contract, it means it's more likely that we might see her as a cameo in, let's say, the Cassian Andor live action TV series. They both were agents of Fulcrum, Cassian and Ahsoka, so it would make sense for her to pop in that TV show. As well, maybe she interacts with Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan Kenobi live-action TV show on Disney+. There are a lot of different areas she could pop in for a hot second, for a scene, for an episode, and be used very well. Of course, we also have those rumors that if Ahsoka is well-received, live-action Ahsoka, of course, we all love animated Ahsoka. If she's well-received in The Mandalorian Season 2, she might actually get her own Disney Plus live-action show. So I can't get enough of Ahsoka. I know some people are getting a little about her being in too much, but I don't know. I think she has a good enough storyline and she's a good enough character that they can really make it work. Although they are right, we are getting a lot of Ahsoka. I mean, we have her in the animated Clone Wars. We had her in Rebels. We might get her in a Rebels sequel. We are getting her in The Mandalorian Season 2. Then if we get her in the Cassian Andor series, and then if we get her in her own TV series. Yeah, that's a lot of Ahsoka, but I'm hoping they do it well enough where people won't feel suffocated by the character. I know at the very least, I don't feel suffocated by the idea of having her in that many different places, but that could just be me. Ooh, speaking of The Mandalorian Season 2, ready to be disappointed. So Waititi said that he wasn't able to direct any Season 2 episodes for The Mandalorian just because of scheduling conflicts, which is a bit disappointing because he's pretty fucking amazing. And on the Cassian Andor series, it was recently revealed that they had done 6 weeks of pre-production with the special effects supervisor before they had to shut it down due to the pandemic. So they were starting to make some serious headway on pre-production for the Cassian Andor series before things just totally got derailed. I still think everything's okay for it to be released on time, but who knows what's going to happen the rest of this year. I'm not tempting you, 2020. Please don't take that as a challenge. And actually, here is the quote. "We just literally started about 6 weeks ago on the Cassian story until unfortunately the virus hit, and we're now all on lockdown. So we're trying to do the best we can from home." And in case you're still interested about the Cassian Andor series, Luna, who plays Cassian, recently talked about reprising his role in the Cassian Andor series, saying, "I can't really talk about it. The thing I can tell you, and it's a nice challenge, and it's a great way to approach a show, but what happens when you already know the ending? Then it becomes about the story. Everything is in how you tell the story, and how many different layers you can find. This can't be a show now where at the end we surprise you with like, oh no, it wasn't him. We've already seen the ending." If you think about it, Rogue One started with the same task. The last scene of Rogue One is a scene we all know. It makes another part of your brain work as a storyteller. You can't use the same formulas for storytelling you've known all your life with this because it's very different. The big thing is now we start with a character that people already know what he's capable of. Next, there is a newly revealed sexy cover for the William Shakespeare Episode 9 book, The Merry Rise of Skywalker. I'm not talking any shit on Adam Driver. I think he's a handsome man, but man, does the cover art for this make Kylo look super duper sexy. Also, their armor is so good. In general, there's a lot of great detail to this cover. You'll notice there is Leia on Kylo's side, there's Palpatine on Rey's side, you see the Falcon in the middle. There's just a lot of little nods to the sequel trilogy in general. If you haven't read any of the William Shakespeare episode covers, I definitely would. They're pretty good. Oh, a side note on the Rise of Skywalker. So Gleason, who played Hux, talked about how he wishes his character would have lived a little bit longer before, you know, Pride viciously killed him. Though, he did say being killed by Richard E. Grant's General Pride was the best way to go. So, on wanting to stick around longer, Gleason said this. It would have been nice to stick around a little bit longer for sure. It would have been nice to see the spy thing play out a little bit, but JJ knows what he's doing. And I heard a kind of gasp in the cinema when it happened, so I guess he was right. The film is what the film needed to be, I think. There's always stuff that you would like to see more of, but you can't have a 17-hour film, I've been told. Apparently that's not allowed. So I was happy with what was there. Honestly, and this is my own opinion, I'm so sorry for having my own opinion on my own channel, I think they kind of fucked him over in The Last Jedi and made him too comedic and just frothing at the mouth evil, and it kind of sucks, so it kind of had to end his character in Episode 9 abruptly. It was hard to do damage control after The Last Jedi for Hux. Next, Clone Wars Battle Tales. So that was a comic series that was supposed to come out every week in April, but due to the pandemic, it has been delayed. Well, we got some more information on it from the writer, and he seems really jazzed about it, and I'm one of those people where if you're enthusiastic about your work, it kind of makes me enthusiastic too. So Michael Morsi, the writer for Clone Wars Battle Tales, the comic series, mini comic series, gave us a look at his new clone that will appear in issue 4, Heater. And if you don't know, Heater is a deserter, and I think he looks really awesome. I love the kind of patched together helmet look, which is why I liked Kylo so much. The Rise of Skywalker, his helmet, but I'm really excited about seeing Heater in issue 4. Michael has been talking him up non-stop, and I want to see where his character goes, and I'm hoping this isn't one of those things where a writer really talks up a character, and then it just sucks. By the way, apparently Michael is working on something, and he hopes to share it with us soon, and it's a journal or a diary, and it says First Order. So I don't know what he's working on, but hopefully we'll know soon. Ooh, also speaking of Michael, he really likes prequel things, and he has been trying to put as much prequel nods in his Star Wars adventure comics as possible. So just overall, a really enthusiastic guy. So there is some Star Wars news for your Saturday. More Star Wars videos coming out, especially news as it happens. Make sure you like, subscribe, and come back for more Star Wars videos.